Hi, my name is Miles, and I am Hadley Running's avatar. Welcome back to the Hadley Running YouTube channel. With the Boston Marathon coming up a month from today, we thought it would be timely to do a deep dive into the Boston Marathon course and how best to race it. So that is exactly what we are going to do on today's episode. With 2 decades of experience coaching hundreds of runners in the Boston Marathon, Coach Hadley has come up with what he believes is the best way to approach racing this course. The first step is to break the course up into 4 manageable segments as follows. The first segment is the first 4 miles of the race. Second segment is from mile 4 to mile 15. The third segment is from mile 15 to mile 21. The fourth and last segment is from mile 21 to the finish line. Let's take them one at a time and talk about each. The first segment of the race is those first 4 miles, from the start line in Hopkinton down to the 4-mile point in Ashland. This is a rolling downhill segment in which you lose approximately 300 feet in elevation. The steepest downhill section is the first half mile. Your goal for this first segment is arrive at the 4-mile point, on pace for your goal time and feeling good. So if your goal for the marathon is to run a sub 3 hours 30-minute time, or 8 minutes per mile flat, you aim to reach 4 miles in 32 minutes or very close to it. Normally, it is advisable to ease into the start of a marathon, and you do that here. But with the net downhill of these first 4 miles and the assistance of gravity, you can ease into it and still be on your goal pace target at 4 miles. Approach the first half mile of the race as your warm-up, just easing into the race and gradually over the first couple of miles, letting the crowd of runners dissipate a little, so that by 4 miles you feel good and are ready to roll for the next segment. The biggest mistake to avoid in the first segment is pressing and running too fast, which is easy to do as we are fresh and it is downhill, so be aware of that and keep it conservative to start. You'll be glad in the later stages that you did. The second segment of the race is from the 4-mile point in Ashland to 15 miles point in Wellesley and is best described as gently rolling. This is the perfect opportunity for you to settle in, get comfortable in your goal pace range, and let the miles tick by. Our goal time at 15 miles will be to arrive on pace to just slightly quicker. So if our goal pace is 8 minutes per mile flat, or right at 2 hours for 15 miles, we want to arrive at the 15-mile point somewhere between 1 hour 59 minutes and 2 hours. Keys to success in this segment will be to stay as relaxed and smooth as possible while running goal pace. Our goal is to use as little energy as possible while still staying in our goal pace range. It is totally fine and expected for your pace and heart rate to vary a little with the roll of the course, but it shouldn't stray too much from your goal range on average. The big mistake to avoid in this section is, if you are feeling good, to start pressing the pace. It's too early for that. Instead, save that energy for the last segment where you can race to the finish. The third segment in the race is from the mile 15 point in Wellesley to the 21-mile point at the top of Heartbreak Hill in Newton. This segment starts with a significant downhill, a 100-foot net loss in the 16th mile, followed by the 4 Newton hills between mile 16 and mile 21. None of the 4 hills is overly large or steep, and each has a section of flat to gently rolling running after it before the next hill. A big key to running these hills successfully is to focus on maintaining your rhythm and cadence with a steady, manageable pace and effort up the hill. You can expect to give back a little time on each of these hills. That is expected, but you also banked a little time on the downhill mile preceding it, and maybe a few more seconds in the preceding segment, and if we manage it correctly, we'll have more opportunities later on in the course. Our goal is to reach the top of the last hill, at mile 21 right at our goal pace time. If your goal pace is 8 minutes per mile, you would want to reach 21 miles in 2 hour 48 minutes or very close to it, which is 21 times the 8 minutes flat. This would put you in a very good spot with just 5 miles remaining and some downhill miles ahead. In the flats between each hill, get back into your goal rhythm and pace or heart rate. Mentally take it one hill at a time, letting gravity help you bank a few seconds in that downhill mile, then smooth and steady up the first hill, back into goal rhythm between, then smooth and steady up the second hill, then back into goal rhythm between, then smooth and steady up the third hill, then back into goal rhythm between, then smooth and steady up that last hill and ready to roll towards the finish. Remember that while noticeable, none of these hills are dramatic. It is more their location in the second half of the race that builds their legend. But you have approached the first half of the race prudently, and so have mitigated the effect these hills will have, and have not let it undermine your goal and performance. The fourth and last segment is the final 5.2 miles of the race, that is from mile 21 at the top of Heartbreak Hill down to the finish in Boston on Boylston Street. From mile 21 to mile 24 is a rolling downhill with a net loss of approximately 200 feet. Then the last 2 miles is gently rolling. By running the first 21 miles of the race prudently, you now have some energy remaining to take advantage of this quick last 5 miles. Our goal is to run from mile 21 to 24 with an assist from gravity at or slightly quicker than our goal pace range. Then running the last 2 miles with whatever gas you have left in the tank and using the crowds and excitement of Boston to help you finish off a great performance. The final stages of any marathon can be a daunting task, so it is best to break this final stretch into smaller 1-mile segments, staying in the moment and just focusing on executing 1 mile at a time. Many runners go out too fast in this race, as the course lends itself to doing so, and they die on the hills or the final miles after it. So by running the course smartly, you will be passing a great many runners in this final segment. Use that to stay positive, boost your spirits, and bring you some excitement. Focus on reeling in that next runner or group of runners to help you stay focused and not dwelling on the increasing fatigue and difficulty of the race. If you are going to significantly exceed your goal time, save that upside for this last segment. It safeguards your performance and allows you to finish strong and excited. That's it. You've done it. You have nailed the Boston Marathon course. Now smile, high-five some people, and enjoy that awesome sense of accomplishment. The Boston Marathon has frequent aid stations set up along the course starting at 2 miles into the race. All of the aid stations are equipped with water and sports drink with electrolytes. Additionally, 3 of the aid stations also have energy gels available. Those are at mile 11.8 and mile 17 and mile 21.5. Be sure to start your hydration and fueling plan from the beginning of the race, and adapt that game plan to meet the weather conditions of the day. The race website will tell you the flavor and brand of the fluids and gels available on the course. If you plan to use the aid stations and products provided, then practice in training with those products so that you know what to expect and your body can get used to them. That concludes our episode on the Boston Marathon course and how best to race it. We wish all the racers the best of luck for great races and satisfying performances. Enjoy this epic race. If you liked this episode, please hit the like button and be sure to follow the channel. As a reminder, we strive to put out episodes each Monday and Friday, with the Monday episodes focused on training theory and advice, and the Friday episodes covering another topic in the world of running like today's episode on the Boston Marathon course. Thanks and happy running.